What's up, Smitley here, Smitley.com, Brandon Training Log video with commentary, Week 9 recap for the APF Summer Bash. Bench press only meet for me. Overall, a pretty good training week. End up getting some max foot lower done with the safety squat bar. Still making some progress on this. This was 315 for 10, and pretty happy with how it moved and the way things looked. I think I'm slowly getting locked in, and things are getting to be a little bit better. Still repetitive compared to most training logs, but as of right now, I got to remember to keep my eyes focused on what the main goal is for the bench stuff. So I have 2 more weeks after this. I think I'll begin to ramp things up a little bit and kind of hold it steady, but then I'll pull back quite a bit as that meet looms closer. And then some pause squats afterwards. Still 5 sets of 10. I'm really working on accelerating the weight up out of the bottom, staying tight, working on positioning, things like that. So I'm happy to have made the progress that I have. I'm really close to breaking through some really good ground, I think, with my squat. Deadlift we'll still need to see. That's the one lift I'm hesitant to push just because I know how it makes my nervous system feel when I get into pretty heavy loads, and right now I'm trying to maximize my recovery for the bench press, and I'm already having some nervous system stuff with as much as I'm in the shirt at this point in meet prep. So just some smart training. Max effort upper, traveled to Elitefts that morning with some people that train with me and my girlfriend. Didn't get to shoot a whole lot of footage. Got this 315 really fast single raw. I think I'm the strongest I've ever been raw. And I'm training in a shirt, which I know that kind of baffles some people, but I'm going to have an article about that later, probably in the coming months. And then my top single of 475 there in the shirt with Ted and Steve and everybody. So I shut it down there. The goal at the meet's to bench 500. So the way that moved, that moved probably between an opener and a second, somewhere around there. I'm going to plan to open just probably like at 451. That'll give me a 1 pound PR. All-time PR, because I've only done one meet in the shirt, but at a lower weight class, and then just make some decisions from there what I need to do. Cambered bar, speed squat wave, still rounding things out here on this front. This is the last week against the short light bands. Pretty happy with how this has gone. I feel like I've made some good progress. The camber bar was kind of sketching me out for a little bit, just for the sheer fact that this was the bar that I ended up tweaking my back on really bad. So it's not like I'm really so worried that the bar is going to hurt me, but it kind of makes me think back of whenever that happened back in December, unfortunately. So but I think the speed looks good. I think I did a good job of maintaining my speed. Again, that training max is continuing to go up, so the next speed wave I'll add another 10 pounds to my training max. It won't change my speed percentage as much, but it will have me end up working with a little more heavier weights than I have been, and I should be back to close to running off some normal speed work stuff. Some speed pulls against the quad mini bands. Still working on the hook grip. I'm really happy with the positioning. Not so terribly happy with the speed. I think it got better as the sets went on, and I got locked in a little bit more. It's really weird just kind of having that a little bit more slack with the hook grip, because it doesn't feel like it's going to roll, but it does definitely kind of tug on my thumb a little bit, especially with the bands. So some things to work on, I guess, but like I said, as the sets went on, I felt better and better about it. I think I'm finally getting into a groove of having it where I want it, not only on the bar, but in my thumb, and the way that I hook it, because the way my short sausage fingers are, I can only hook basically my long middle finger and the barely part of my index finger. So my hook is not the greatest, but we'll continue to work on it. Pulling against the bands builds a lot of confidence, because I know those bands are trying to roll that bar out of my hand anyways, whether I have the hook grip or not. Final wave of the speed bench against the bands. 6 triples, pretty good stuff. I'm not going to really go into this too much. This week was a little messed up though. If you read my training logs, I just had a bunch of stuff happen on Tuesday, on July 4th. I went to go get some weights for some people, and when I went to draw the money, found out I had some credit card fraud. So I had to focus on getting that taken care of, which they literally took almost all my money out of my checking account. So I pretty much had no money for the coming days because all the banks were closed. But I canceled the card. Then on the way to get the weights that I wanted to get, I took my dad's truck and ended up blowing a hose on there. So that took the truck out of commission and I was late to work. My credit card payment technically made me overdraw my checking account, which accrued extra fees, and it was just a big mess all week trying to get everything figured up. I was late to work a couple times because of it. It was not a good week in terms of life stuff. Training managed to be okay. Thank goodness I had the benching before that, which was really all that really mattered in terms of training. The other stuff kind of just, yeah. But, I managed to get everything in. It was just one of those weeks that I'm glad was done and over with. And that it happened at a point where it wasn't the end of the world. So everything should be kind of downhill from here. We're going to kind of taper off, do a little more raw work the following week. We can try and continue to build this strength and be ready for the meet. That's all I've got. If you got any questions in the comment section, otherwise you keep my stuff over at elitefts.com.